Do not be afraid. Rising troubles in the world and our personal lives can make it feel like we're living in a constant state of fear. The phrase "fear not" appears frequently throughout the Bible as a comforting directive from God, angels, or Jesus to individuals facing challenging or pivotal moments. It's a core element in biblical teachings, reflecting God's desire to reassure his followers in times of fear or uncertainty. Here are a few ways the Bible addresses the concept of fear not. Before God tells us don't be afraid, he first reminds us of who he is and what he's done. Imagine God as a really good friend who has always been there for you, just like he was for Abraham. God has taken us into his family, called us his own, and chosen us to be close to him. Knowing that we belong to such a loving God helps us not to be scared. He's the one who loves us so much that he has saved us from the worst thing ever, being separated from him forever. This amazing relationship with God makes us brave. Think about what Jesus said in John 14:27. "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you." Jesus is telling us that he gives us peace so we don't have to be afraid. And in Romans 8:38-39, it says, "For I am convinced that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any powers, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God." This means nothing can ever take us away from God's love. Now let's look at Isaiah 41:10, where God says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Here, God promises that he is always with us. He will give us strength, help us, and hold us up with his powerful hand. This is a really big promise from a loving God who never leaves us alone. For the people who first heard these words from Isaiah, life was very scary because they were surrounded by enemies. But God reassured them with even more promises in Isaiah 41:11-13. "All who rage against you will surely be ashamed and disgraced. Those who oppose you will be as nothing and perish. Though you search for your enemies, you will not find them. Those who wage war against you will be as nothing at all. For I am the Lord, your God, who takes hold of your right hand and says to you, 'Do not fear, I will help you.'" God promises that those who are against us will not win, and he will always help us, holding us by the hand. Turn to God with your fears. We can seek his strength and peace in times of trouble. David, known as a man after God's own heart, experienced many terrifying situations. After narrowly escaping danger in Philistine territory, he wrote, "I sought the Lord, and he heard me, and delivered me from all my fears." Psalm 34:4. Similarly, the Apostle Paul, who also faced his share of fears, 2 Corinthians 7:5, offers this comforting advice. "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus." Philippians 4:6-7. We trust God because he always keeps his promises and is always faithful. In the Bible, there's a special chapter called Hebrews 11, sometimes called the Faith Chapter. It tells the stories of many people who trusted that God would do what he said he would do. Because they trusted God, they were able to face their fears, take brave steps, and get through really tough times. The best example of this trust is Jesus. Hebrews 12:2 says that Jesus is the perfect example of faith. He was willing to face a lot of pain and embarrassment on the cross because he knew it would lead to something wonderful. Trust in God's promises of protection and presence. Understanding that God is sovereign and loving can provide comfort. Do not give up.